Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can select your difficulty, play style, favorite team, or accessibility options. You can accessibility settings. Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings.
The best of the best take the field. They're ready. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mike, ready? Wait.
On first down, Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Play action, Breeze. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Sack there by Jadeveon Clowney. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the AFC, the Jets' Andre Roberts. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Travis Kelsey, the 30, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 99 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So the AFC, remember, of course, they won the last couple years here in Orlando and off to a good start in this one.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brees going to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Now it's Gurley. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. From the 44, Brees. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Brees. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it's going to be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On play action, now Brees. That's caught, it's Thomas. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Brees. Now Brees lost the football. And luckily one of his teammates able to fall on it, so the NFC will hang on to the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing now is Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Mahomes now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The offense for the AFC set to go now. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mahomes going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, the fake spike becoming a little bit more prevalent in today's game. It worked there.
Those old days of brother-in-law in that play, you know, where you kind of know what they're doing. They're going to, you know, spike the ball and the play's dead and everyone just kind of relaxes. Those are gone, aren't they? Because now they're faking it and completing passes downfield. They make you look bad, and they hurt you in the yardage category, too.
Brother-in-law?
Yeah, you know, where you kind of do it together, like, you know what I'm going to do, I know what you're going to do, and you just hang out.
Can I steal that one?
Yeah, you can have that one.
I like that. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here's Jason Myers now for the AFC field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Myers' kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins, 70 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game, because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. To throw, it's Mahomes, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And it is gobbled up by the NFC. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics are tough.
Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Breeze. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it'll bring up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Breeze now. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes to Gordon out left. And they can't corral him. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Oh, he fakes the spike. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he's going to loft one deep left side here.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Mahomes. And he finds Cook. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
Mahomes now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's got this down to the 35. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 35. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 14. They'll run here with Conner. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And it is gobbled up by the NFC. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Breeze going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10 is counter. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They run it here with Gordon. Still on his feet. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the AFC adds on to their lead. 2nd effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pad.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he floats one there, incomplete. Gobbled up by the NFC. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Brees going to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ertz. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play? which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.